A very beautiful afternoon to you. Thanks for joining me on Sunshine Reports. My name is Remy Allen. Today is International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. The International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, or World Drug Day, aims to strengthen action and cooperation in achieving a world free of drug abuse. This year's campaign raises awareness about the importance of treating people who use drugs with respect and empathy, providing evidence-based voluntary services for all, offering alternatives to punishment, prioritizing prevention, and leading with compassion. This year's campaign also aims to combat stigma and discrimination against people who use drugs by promoting language and attitudes that are respectful and non-judgmental. The theme for this year is People First, Stop Stigma and Discrimination, Strengthen Prevention. Meanwhile, the chairman of a group, War Against Drug Abuse, Mr. Seun Ogundipe, has called for more effort in ending the menace of drug abuse in Nigeria. Mr. Ogundipe said curbing the increasing abuse among Nigerian youth should involve more advocacy on the dangers inherent in the practice and recognizing that drug consumption is a problem that cannot be solved by stigmatizing or discriminating against those hooked on it.
Using of hard drugs has actually taken many lives to the early graves, has deformed many persons. So it's on this premise that drugs does not have any good name or does not have any good traits. So it's on this premise we are saying that people should stop the usage of hard drugs. It's a known fact that people who take hard drug, society, people doesn't want to relate with them because they see it as something, they see it as evil. But this time we now believe this is not even the core way, it's not even main reason to actually call this particular injuriousness. There's a popular saying that says the world is corrupt, not because of the violence of the ignorant, but silent of the elites. I know are the elites, you and I. If we decide to keep quiet on something that are very, very salient, or we try to actually shy away from it, it will not even solve the problem. So it's on this premise we believe, okay, how can we actually solve this particular injuriousness? Let us bring them together. Let us make friends with them. During this particular process, we can actually change them from this injuriousness.
The Acting Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, is meeting with commanders of the 79 police mobile force squadrons at the force headquarters in Abuja. The IGP, who reassured Nigerians that the general security of lives and property will be improved in all ramifications, said the meeting is to upskill the police mobile force squadrons on new operational strategies and improved training, deployment, and enhanced tactical engagement for better public safety and general security. The IGP reiterated the commitment of the Nigeria Police Force under his watch to attain its primacy in the internal security architecture of Nigeria, adding that his administration has outlined an array of policing approaches that will be of immense importance to general public safety in Nigeria. Upon assumption of office, the newly appointed IGP vowed to make community policing work and warn police officers against abuse of office, corruption, and misconduct. The new police boss also said he will, in the coming days and months, unveil his strategies and tactics to secure the country and protect Nigerians from all forms of security challenges, including banditry and gunmen attacks. Ondo State Muslim pilgrims have joined millions of their counterparts from across the world to commence the obligatory Hajj rites performance in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. The state chairman of the Muslim Welfare Board, Alhaji Zikrullah Adam Kandi, said the 512 state pilgrims had earlier left Mecca City for their tent in Mina to commence the Hajj proper, starting with the morning prayer today. He said the pilgrims will later leave their tents at Mina to Arafah tomorrow, Tuesday, for the early morning prayer, then leave Arafah after the mountain climbing in the evening after Maghrib prayer. According to the state chairman, the pilgrims will head to Muzdalifah, where they will pick the 49 pebbles for stoning of the devil and pass the night there, among other religious rites. According to the Muslim Welfare Board chairman, the pilgrims will depart the Holy Land in Saudi Arabia 10 days after the completion of the exercise to Ondo State in Nigeria. In the meantime, the Federal Road Safety Corps has directed the mobilization of adequate logistics and personnel for the Eid al-Kabir celebration to guarantee safe travels for all road users. The Corps Marshals Dauda Alibiu, in a statement, said the special patrol operations should commence today, June 21, and end July 2023. Bill said about 750 patrol vehicles, 120 ambulances, 25 tow trucks, and over 200 bikes would be on the road during the special operation, and urged FRAC officers to ensure prompt response to road traffic crash victims, engagement of robust public education and enlightenment, and speedy removal of obstructions from the highways, among others. Some clergymen have called for the enactment of a law banning prophecy. I take that again. Some clergymen have called for the enactment of a law banning prophecies relating to election and its outcome in Nigeria. Their call is premised on the basis of several predictions during the 2023 general election, suggesting one candidate or the other would win the contest. While expressing displeasure over the rancor and division prophecies on election have created among Nigerians, the concerned patriot also admonished faithful to desist from blind following of spiritual leaders, saying, "No mortal is infallible." Zaid Aribisala has more.
The build-up to the 2023 poll in Nigeria was not only dominated by political campaigns and other electioneering activities, but also conflicting prophecies from both anointed clerics and self-acclaimed men of God. Majority of the message centered on what the outcome of the election will be, who will eventually emerge as winner, and some of the circumstances likely to play out during and after the polls. Some of the men on the pulpit claimed God spoke to them, and they were sure that former Vice President and presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, would win the presidential election, even as others pitched their tents with Peter Obi of the Labour Party. A number of them predicted victory for Bola Tinubu of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, but a portion of the lots actually claimed the former Lagos State Governor would win, but like MQ Abiola's story in 1993, his victory at the polls won't take him to Osrc. Contrary to most of the prophetic claims, the election was conducted on Saturday, February 25, 2023, and Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress, APC, emerged winner. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, did not just announce him as winner, but he was equally sworn in as president on May 29. Reflecting on the dominance of prophecies during the election, some clergymen cautioned faithful not to allow themselves to be misled by politicians under the garb of religious leaders.
Most of our religion leader, they have turned into what called or tete, and that is not the way that God give us. The Bible talks about itching ears. Many people, they have what they want to hear, and some psychologists who call themselves pastors or prophets or imam, they study you. They want what you want to hear, and they tell you what you want to hear.
The concerned citizens harped on the need for people to get themselves acquainted with pristine teachings of the scripture.
It is true there is prophecy, and it's a particular ministry which God established, and it's a well-honored one. But don't be surprised. It is even written, there are a lot of them that are fake. A lot of them are fake. Ó tilẹ̀ wà nínú ìwé mọ́ wípé wòlíì náà tó bá ìdè tó sọ̀rọ̀ gbù tí ò ṣẹ Ọlọ́run kan ló rán.
The religious leaders also insisted that there is an urgent need to place a legislation banning prophecies on the conduct of election and its outcome.
Anybody that prophesies anything that's wrong, that there is a penalty, they can go for it. People want magic. The actual setup in the church is for salvation. Ṣé rí ìyókù Ọlọ́run ló máa fún yàn, but people have abandoned that. They are looking for money anyhow.
President Bola Tinubu might have been inaugurated as Nigeria's president, but his emergence is still a subject of litigation at the Presidential Election Tribunal. Now, the clarion call from patriots, non-partisan citizens is for Nigerians to see themselves as brothers, irrespective of tribal, religious, or political differences, and never allow periodic elections to cause undue hatred, acrimony, and division capable of damaging national cohesion as well as peaceful coexistence. Sahil Aribisala, Osrc News.
The Manufacturers Association of Nigeria (MAN) has warned against the negative consequences of the proposed increase in tariff by discos. It said if urgent steps were not taken to halt the proposed tariff hike, it would have a negative effect on the country's economy. This warning follows an announcement by the Distribution Company of Nigeria of an increased tariff with effect from July 1, 2023. In a statement, the Director General of MAN, Mr. Segun Ajayi Kadiri, said manufacturers spent at least 144.5 billion naira on sourcing alternative energy in 2022, up from 77.22 billion naira in 2021. According to the statement, in the last 8 years, electricity tariff has been increased by 186%. It said the absence of stable, effective and fairly priced electricity supply in Nigeria had been a long-standing challenge for manufacturers, adding that a worrisome development had compelled many manufacturing industries to supplement the unreliable electricity supply with alternative energy sources. The Sokoto State Governor Ahmed Aliyu has called on the people of the state to remain calm and law-abiding. The governor urged people of the state in a statement by his spokesman, Malam Abubakar Bawa, following an attack on one Usman Anje for allegedly making blasphemous comments on the personality of Prophet Muhammad. The governor cautioned the people against any act capable of degrading the personality of Prophet Muhammad, especially in a state like Sokoto, which is predominantly a Muslim community. He called on the people of the state to desist from taking laws into their own hands. Instead, should report any alleged crime or blasphemy to the appropriate authorities for necessary action. And finally, on sports, Nigeria's men's rugby team, the Black Stallions, are through to the final qualifying round of the rugby event for the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, France. The Black Stallions defeated Ghana 24-7 in the opening match of the qualifier before beating Burundi 43-14 in the last group, which blew apart Congo 43-0. The team who made it to the final on the backdrop of an impressive win from the group stage to the final, however, lost 24-5 to Algeria on Sunday. Nigeria and Algeria will join Uganda, Zimbabwe, Burkina Faso, Namibia, Madagascar, Tunisia, Kenya, and South Africa, who have already qualified for the final qualifying phase in Zimbabwe. The 2024 Paris Olympic rugby event final qualifying phase will hold in Zimbabwe in September this year. And with that sports story, we conclude Sunshine Reports. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon.